Sentencing for Josh Duggar is set for tomorrow. Y'all, I'm going to try to live stream tomorrow. That way we get the latest as it's breaking, as it's coming through. I said I'm going to try. So be sure you are locked in to my channel. That means smashing that subscribe button if you have not already and clicking that bell to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. I do want to give a trigger warning at the beginning of this video, as I do all of my Josh Duggar coverage, because the stuff that he was convicted of is just the nastiest of the nasty. And it is understandably so that a lot of people are triggered or offended by any sort of child nastiness talk. So I respect that, and I do like to give a trigger warning at the beginning of all these videos. I have tons of other content. Feel free to go indulge. Now, let's get right into this, y'all. Because look now, a neighbor of Josh Duggar's has now wrote a letter, and we're going to read it. We're going to read her letter to the judge. Dear Judge Brooks, I understand that you have a sentence to do something. I can't read, it's too blurry. For Josh Duggar, and I wanted to write you to share my family's personal interactions with the defendant in hopes that you may show mercy in your sentencing. How about mercy for the victims? Girl, I don't know if I can read this whole damn thing, because y'all know how I get offended by this. I mean, naturally so. Understandably so. I want to share with you what I see about Joshua's attitude of serving others, the children he has raised, and his impact in ministry despite hardships. Hardships that he caused himself by his ignorance and his stupidity and his pure nasty actions by touching on little girls. Okay? Lady, y'all. We are neighbors of the Duggar family, and our back goat pasture adjoins their cow field in our little town. The entire Duggar family is well known for being service-focused, though they don't brag about their service. We often see that. After a national disaster, the Duggar family, including Josh, quickly step in to help those in need. When there was a tornado in Joplin, Missouri, Joshua went to help out. He has traveled internationally to serve poor and needy communities. However, his service isn't limited to tornadoes and third world countries. He quietly helps families and individuals in our community in a sum of ways. Jeez, these people right here. Wonder how much I got paid to write these letters. I mean, genuinely asking. My husband, a financial advisor, was counseling an older widow around 3 years ago regarding her financial situation. During the private meeting, he learned that Joshua Duggar was sending the widow a regular and large sum of money to help with her and her son's monthly expense. Well, I wonder why. I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious. I mean, you just giving people money because you know what you're doing behind closed doors is wrong and nasty? I mean, I don't understand what these people are getting at. I don't. These people writing these letters. Facts are the facts. Okay, he has touched on his own damn sisters, but you didn't mention that. You didn't mention that. Oh, but the prosecution has noticed. This week, the prosecution responded to this outrageous request, aiming at the claims made in the letters and the people who wrote them. He claims that the writers are extremely supportive while fully aware of his convictions, prosecutors noted, according to The Sun, because y'all know The Sun got a reporter on every corner, and y'all already know. and that this will enable him to make the most of the rest of his life and to work hard to ensure that his children's lives are impacted as little as possible by his trafficking in child nastiness, they continued. The prosecution, however, says that these flimsy excuses only underscore the appropriateness of the government's sentencing recommendations, despite achieving some level of fame through reality television as an adult, the prosecution noted. The response continued. He is better known at this point for his behavior outside his family's show. The prosecution noted that this is including his sexual improper nastiness and criminal sexual conduct. Josh Duggar, prosecutors say it's inconceivable that Josh would be rehabilitated. The prosecution could not help but observe, just like the rest of us, that all of these gushing letters begging for leniency tiptoed around or flat out ignored the nature of Josh's crimes. I didn't read not one damn letter that was stating the nastiness and the seriousness of the crimes he is convicted of. They also did not delve into his history of molesting little girls in person, which the prosecution referred to as his sexual, the nastiness toward the little girls. Prosecutors argue that it is unlikely that Josh could find accountability or helpful treatment from a family that can't even discuss his crimes, which of course has been the case in the past. In fact, given the apparent success of his blatant tactics with some of the individuals he intends to surround himself with after his release from incarceration, the prosecution noted, it is not just unlikely, it is inconceivable. The legal response continued that Josh would be rehabilitated and prevented from re-offending. The prosecution did acknowledge that Josh's sentence will be undoubtedly reverberate through his immediate and extended family, but that is almost always the case. And in this rare instance, probably a good thing. I almost forgot to add, the neighbor, Nicole Burris, revealed Duggar told his wife Anna that while in jail, he's been harassed by another inmate. However, she claimed days later the inmate apologized to him because he knew that Joshua was innocent. How ignorant are these people? Ugh. And then if I want to know, this lady is pleading for the judge to consider Duggar's character during the sentence. Well, let's also consider how many people he has manipulated over the years. And let's talk about the facts, okay? The facts are the facts. He has touched on little girls his entire life. He's going to continue to do it. Look what he is convicted of. Look what he's sitting behind bars for today. Look what we're talking about in this video. Look what we're waiting on for his sentencing. It's not going to stop. These people need to wake up, and I believe after sentencing, they just might wake up and smell the effing roses, because they need to. Tomorrow is the day. Y'all, we are now less than 24 hours away from sentencing. Have you got your snacks? Have you got your coffee, your drinks, your loaded teas ready? Have you got everything together? Okay, today is prep day. We need to prep for this sentencing and pray. Pray that justice is served. Pray that this judge is not manipulated by these ignorant letters. I mean, they didn't even talk about the seriousness of the crimes he is convicted of. Not one damn letter. Not one damn letter. I've read a lot of comments asking about if his kids were interviewed by Child Protective Service. I guarantee you they were, because if a parent is arrested for these types of crimes, Child Protective Services automatically gets involved. Automatically. So it's not by request or anything. That is a requirement. So, yes, I'm sure the kids have been or are being interviewed by Child Protective Services, as that's a protocol and a requirement when a parent is convicted and arrested with, crimes that have to do with kids. Now, y'all, look, I'm going to go ahead and say something about this. Anna's brainwashed. Anna's dumb. In my opinion, her actions are dumb. They are. Standing by when you got 7 kids, standing by a convicted pervert and pedophile is dumb. It is. Like, I could sit here and say, well, that's how she was raised and all this, but then the other part of me is like, she is a grown-ass individual woman with a whole slew of kids. Okay, she has got a whole litter of kids she needs to protect. She's not being a mama bear in this situation whatsoever. She's being complicit with the bullshit. She really is. And it says a lot about her, in my opinion. And all these people like Amy Duggar making a public spectacle because she wants some attention over this whole case is just as disgusting. People need to reach out to her privately if you know her. Reach out to her privately. You think after hearing, all that, she has been private on social media. You think she's going to respond to your social media post? No. I think people need to stop making this situation, like Amy Duggar's making it, a spectacle. But, Amy Duggar is a Duggar as well, isn't she? She is somehow involved with the Duggars. And another thing somebody brought up is her last name wasn't never Duggar. But I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. But I'm saying people need to start thinking about these kids. His kids are innocent. All these kids involved in this are innocent. We don't need to exploit these kids any more than they've already been. I hope and pray the good Lord talks to this judge and speaks to his heart and takes these victims into consideration, because damn, nobody else in this courtroom has. Well, on the defense's side. The defense side, they don't even acknowledge there's victims. Prosecutor had been. Good job, prosecution. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. I know it's a sensitive topic, and I appreciate y'all for being here and being respectful. And please, let's not discuss the content of the material that he is convicted of, because that is exploiting these kids and victims even further. Please smash that subscribe button and click that bell to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. Y'all stay locked and loaded. We're going to be discussing the sentencing as it is going on tomorrow. I love you for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.